Hey, and we're going to get started on some video editing. So for this, we're going to use iMovie. It's a pretty popular, pretty easy program. You can use video, you can use pictures, any sound that you want. It's really easy. Just go up here to Import, and then you can go to your Downloads folder, you can go to your Movies, your Music folder. It doesn't matter. For me, I took several videos and put them on the desktop and then imported them already. Once you have them imported, let's start a movie with no theme. Let's make it nice and clean to start with. And I'm going to call mine Coffee. Alright, so here are the videos that I already imported. And I'm going to start with this one right here. It's 9.5 minutes long. So you can either just single click on it, or you can right click, as I did right here, select entire clip, or just hit X. And then many ways you can do this. I like to drag. So you drag it down here into your timeline. Now this is about 1 centimeter wide and is 9.5 minutes. So let's zoom in a little bit. All right. And here on the timeline, as we go along, we can see the video that's taking place. My simple mundane task is just having a coffee. So I need to trim down 9.5 minutes into 1.5 minutes. And we're going to start by doing very simple things. Like right here, after I just said the main point, oh, I need a coffee. I think that's going to be an important point to start on. If you come down on top of the video and you right click, you can split it right here, or okay, yeah, that would be the easiest way to do it. I'll come down, split the clip. So now we have two separate parts right here. Now you notice that on the video it doesn't look any different. That's because we haven't erased anything, we haven't put in a transition. It's just going to be where we had one long clip, now we have one short clip and one long clip. And I'm going to go forward until I find something that's important in the process. I think that this would be a good point where I pick it up. Okay, so then we can split clip again. Then notice here we have the middle small part, 8 seconds long, which I don't believe is so important. So right here, very simple, we can just delete. And so now it's been trimmed. You know, also, I don't like that I have that extra little hesitation right here, so I'm going to actually make another cut. So we're going to split, and then here we got another minute. Alright, so let's see how that looks. Okay, I like that a little bit more. Right now we're just going to be working on cutting. We're not going to do any transitions yet. So I'm going to go through right now and trim it down, and then we'll look at the final version in just a second. And we are back. As you can see, I've gone through and I have clipped it at various places, and so now instead of 9.5 minutes, it's 1.5 minutes. Okay, so this is just very basic things that we can do here. Oh, okay, now we just have straight cuts. For example, right here, see a straight cut. If you want to add a transition, I suggest you just use one of the top three. For example, you can do a simple dissolve right here. Again, you just are going to pull it down as you did for your video clip, pulling it down, same thing. And you put it in between the two clips. So as you can see, that looks a lot smoother. Oh, cross blur also works well. Fade to black we can use to the end. I'm just going to put this here to show you why we aren't using them. Again, basically just use the first three. The third one is for your ending. See how that looks a little distractive? Oh, it's okay if you're just making a video for, say, your friends, your family, but if you're actually trying to make this look somewhat professional, then I suggest you avoid using all these fancy things. So here's an example of a mosaic. Also, you may notice that the video gets a little choppy. When you actually finalize it and export it, it's not going to look that way. It's just that the computer is kind of overloaded right now. There's a lot of editing that's going around. The RAM's being used up. I'm also recording this. So don't worry about that if it looks a little choppy. But again, please stick to cross dissolve or cross blur. If you want to change them, you can double click on them and then you can make them longer or shorter. Second is usually pretty good. I'll show you, for example, if we put in 3 seconds. It seems to take a little too long, especially if you have short clips. So you can make them whatever you want, but I suggest making them 1 second. Apply to all probably won't be a button that you would use, but if you happen to push it by accident, then of course you can hit Command Z and it will undo it. So let's just keep it at 1 second. All right. Then as you can see, the video is starting to look a little bit cleaner. Let's just put those, let's just rotate around, put those in all the spots. And then fade to black is a good way to finish. Okay, so then on the end here, let's see how this looks. And there we go. But notice here that before I had a clip, I cut it to where it would end right when I said editing. But now that I have a transition in which it's fading to black afterwards, it's starting to transition before I even finish. So I'm going to extend it. Even though I cut it before, you can still extend it. All right, and so that looks a little bit better. So this is the very simple, very easy way, 10 minutes, you can make a video like this. And then let's just say we're going to finish it. Your best option will be just to go to File. And then, yeah, I recommend, well, probably you want to have it at high resolution. I think for this project you're allowed 100 megabytes to upload. So you're not making anything that's going to go to Hollywood, this will be good enough. But in general, you want to have it the best you can, because once you lower the quality, of course, you can't bring it back. So let's say if you have 100 megabyte max, then you can just go to medium, next, and I'm going to actually rename this Simple Coffee, replace, and then everything's going to be taken care of.